ever been to Australia?
Not yet.
Never been to the land down under.
I will go there though, because if I could live in Texas, I'd want to live in Australia.
It's on my wish list too. But I'm guessing if we went, we could probably hear some Men at Work on the radio.
Oh, I bet a paycheck on that one.
Like they wrote a theme song for an entire continent.
Yeah, so yeah, you're gonna hear them.
But that's not the song we're talking about today.
Nope.
We're talking about Men at Work's Overkill. Now, most of the time when you and I are talking songs, we want to talk about like the big hits that were pounded down our throat when we were children, right? Like the ones that we grew up with. And so for Men at Work, that would be Down Under.
Who can it be now?
And Who Can It Be Now? That's right. But we picked Overkill. And I picked this song not because of how it made me feel as a kid, but because of the impact it had on me as an adult. Now, don't get me wrong. This song was still a huge hit by any measure.
Yeah.
Dude, number 3 on the charts, biggest single from their second album, Cargo. The thing is, Cargo sold nearly 4 million records worldwide. That's impressive, right?
Yeah, that's no small feat.
Ken, you sell 4 million records, you'd be happy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But their first album sold 7 million copies worldwide because of those 2 massive hits. And so when I think of Overkill, I don't think of it as, well, it's their third biggest song. I think of it as the song that has the most lasting impact on me personally. And that's why we chose this today. And eventually one day we might do a show on Down Under or Who Can It Be Now. But for now, we're talking about this one.
Well, this is like the equivalent of Beyonce's sister.
Are you trying to say this is the ugly girl in Destiny's Child?
No,
is that what you're trying to say?
Not the fan. I'm saying her sister's very attractive, and on her own, oh yeah.
But she's not Beyonce.
Once she stands with her sister, no. Then it's like.
But here's the thing: which one's going to stand the test of time? Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Look, all right. So Men at Work, when we were growing up, you and I, we associate them with their videos, right?
Oh, yeah.
So Who Can It Be Now was a huge hit.
Prime of MTV, or the beginning of MTV.
The beginning of MTV, they were all over it. One, because they were white, okay? Yeah. But 2, because they had catchy songs.
Oh, yeah.
Like Down Under, you saw them in the desert and acting like idiots.
Yeah.
And in this song, when you watch the video, very subdued, very dark.
It's a complete contrast.
Complete contrast. It was like Men at Work said, we're tired of being clowns. We want to be serious for a minute.
Or they said, all right, we got paid, boys. Now we can do what we want.
Right. Now, the thing about Men at Work, when you look at these guys, not one person in this entire band looks like a rock star. They look like a professor. They look like an insurance salesman, right? They look like a door-to-door salesman. They do not look like rock stars. None of them. None of them.
Now, that works to their benefit, you know.
How?
7 million records worldwide. They able to come to the States. Their video is getting played to death.
Yep.
Everyone in this country knows their songs. And they're able to walk hidden in plain sight.
Time out. My man Colin Hay, who is the singer, is not walking in plain sight.
Yeah, but...
Because Colin Hay has a very distinctive feature on his face.
True. One man does not make a 5-man band.
But Colin Hay's got Marty Feldman eyes. Okay? It kind of makes you wonder, like, you remember Betty Davis eyes, the big hit?
Marty Feldman
I wonder
eyes.
if Weird Al ever made a Marty Feldman eyes, like, parody of that.
Dedicated to Colin Hay.
Hey, I'm just saying, Colin Hay has a very distinctive face. I'm not saying he looks like a rock star, but you're going to notice him in a crowd to this day.
Hey, and just so people know, I love and miss Marty Feldman.
I do too, but I think he's being reincarnated in my niece's dog. Let me tell you. My niece has this dog, this beautiful old dog with Marty Feldman eyes. I don't even know the name of the dog Okay, but when I was staying with my niece over the summer, I would just look at that dog and say, "Come here, Marty Feldman, let me pet you," because I felt so bad for
Did
that
she know
dog.
who you were talking about?
Who, the dog? It just kept walking around in circles. Oh, my niece?
Your niece.
My niece had no clue,
No
man.
clue.
I had to show her who Marty Feldman was. Then she got offended.
Of course she did.
But look, Colin Hay, great singer, wrote some great songs. He wrote this song.
Yeah.
So the man knows how to write music and he knows how to sing.
Oh, yeah, because he's still doing it.
That's
still
right.
doing it.
In fact, this song was actually played on the TV show Scrubs, and he did an acoustic version of this song.
Nice.
And the acoustic version, I can't say I like it more because one of my favorite things about this song is the way the instruments are played.
It is this track, see, I got so excited. I got tongue-tied.
You're still thinking of Marty Feldman, man. Come on.
I love the arrangement of the instrumentation on this track.
Now, if you look at it from like the rhythm section, the bass and drums, it's just driving the song along. There's nothing special about the bass and drums. Like when we hear our man John Taylor from Duran Duran, we're saying, ooh, that bass. Right? Yeah. Or we've heard some great drummers. We're not talking about the bass and drummer here.
No, but what's cool about this, as far as the rhythm section, what they're doing, that pretty much the straight eighth, that driving, that is very indicative of the 80s and of the time.
Absolutely. The song that it reminds me of rhythmically is Greg Kinn's The Breakup Song. Dun, 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 right?
Yeah.
No, and I'm not saying it's the same song. I'm just saying that same kind of rhythm.
And this is a dated track, and I say
I'm gonna fight you on that. I don't think it's dated at all.
Musically, it is, in the recording.
Dude, if it doesn't sound like Post Malone, it's dated in that sense. I mean, come on.
Well, here's the thing: it's dated, but I don't say that in a bad way. It's still endearing to me. I still love this track. I'm just saying I can hear it, and like the drum break that you like, boom, 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 boom.
Yes, that's pure 80s. You're right.
The sax, that soprano sax. Not that that's necessarily the 80s, but the chorus on the guitar. Man, no one uses chorus on guitar anymore.
That's true too.
I don't even have a chorus pedal anymore, man.
But in a way, I almost wish they would go back to that,
And like I said, it's dated, but it's endearing. Even though, yes, this is the sound of the 80s, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because I love this song.
Right. Well, look, you mentioned the sax, and one of the first things that you notice when this song pops in is that sax.
Yep.
Right? And interestingly enough, when I went back and listened to Who Can It Be Now, the first thing you notice is the sax.
Yeah.
And there are very few songs that I can say just off the top of my head, they're using the sax to drive this entire song. The other one that came to my mind was Gary Rafferty's Baker Street.
Oh, see, I was hoping you were going to say Quarter Flash.
What, Harden My Heart?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, that didn't come to my head.
Oh, the other
one.
But
I knew it.
Yeah. The other one that came to my mind, which always pops in my head, is the Motels, Only the Lonely.
That's true, too. Yeah. Very 80s.
Yeah.
I wonder, maybe we should do that song.
Oh, we're going to have to. I still love that song.
That's a great song. But look, the guy who plays the sax in this song is a guy by the name of Greg Ham. And Greg Ham, rest in peace, left us in 2012. He was a multi-instrumentalist in this band. He played the piano, he played the synthesizer, he played the saxophone, and the song Down Under, he's the one playing the flute.
Yes, I'll let you know a little secret.
What's that?
Both saxophonists are also flautists.
Really?
Yeah.
They eat flautas? What?
That's the term for a flute.
I know, man. I'm just giving you a hard time. It's not a flutist?
No.
Okay. But and he's the other one that if I were to watch a Men at Work video, he's the other one who stands out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Because he's kind of animated and a fun guy, kind of like the drummer from the Foo Fighters. He's the other Foo Fighter, you notice?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you also have the guitar player. And I've always thought of this song for two things. The way Colin Hay sings it and for the saxophone flourishes in the song. But then when it gets to the guitar solo, everything you said about it, how you're playing the chorus, I love it because he's not overstaying his welcome. He's not trying to be flashy. I don't even know if this guy can be flashy. I'm just saying he's playing what the song needs, nothing more.
Yes. And that is a sign of a true musician, of true season. You know, if you're able to play to the song, few people can do that. You know, and if you watch the video, yeah, that's him playing. Like, if you really want to learn that solo, just follow along.
Yeah, and look, man, I've mentioned it about how much I love the way Colin Hay sings this song, because Colin Hay has a very distinctive voice as well.
That he does.
Okay, you pretty much know when you hear his voice, hey, that's Men at Work. Even though they haven't stood the test of time, because let's be honest, man, Men at Work only released 3 albums. 2 of them were big hits, Cargo and the first album.
Yep, business as usual.
But the third album, nobody remembers it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
And then the band was gone, you know, unless Colin Hay reformed it later on, you know, with different members throughout the years. But when Colin Hay sings it, there's this tension in the verse because you kind of get this feeling he's alone, he's isolated, he's suffering from insomnia, he's trying to walk the streets to kind of find what gives his life purpose. Do you get that feeling from him? Because that's how I felt when I discovered it as an adult, trying to find reasons to give my life purpose.
And I think you hit something on the head, because this song always, as a kid, gave me an unsettling feeling.
Right.
You know? And as a kid,
maybe why I didn't enjoy it as a kid, because I didn't want to hear that as a kid. I wanted to hear Eddie Van Halen's guitar. I wanted to see David Lee Roth jumping.
Yeah. And this
Twisted Sister hitting Niedermeyer down the stairs.
You're worthless, you're weak. But yeah, no, it struck a chord in me because of that unsettling feeling. And then, like you said, as we grow up, because there are many songs from the 80s that I've had to re-listen to now as a grown man.
Mainly because I forced you to, but I get it.
Yeah, well, that and the fact that I didn't understand, or even as I was older, because in our teens, because, you know, we were boys. Boys aren't smart. They're, yeah.
Hey, tell everybody out there your theory.
Oh.
If you don't say it, I want to say it. Stop stalling.
Women are crazy, and women are crazy, men are stupid.
There you go. I just wanted to hear it come from your lips, because I heard that. You got to remember, I lived with Ken for over a year, and I heard that every 3 weeks.
Yep. Women are crazy and men are stupid.
And women are crazy because men are stupid. Right. Okay. But look, man, when he sings this, he sings the first verse, right? And it's very understated. It's very a calm, cool delivery.
Yeah.
And then he sings the second verse, and then you hear he's projecting a little bit more. By the third verse, he does what Living Color did a few years later in Vivid. He starts screaming that third verse, or shouting that third verse in pain.
Yeah, as
because he's frustrated. He's frustrated. And when you read these lyrics, and you know, I typically do not read lyrics when we talk about these shows. I mean, anyone can look on the internet for lyrics.
Yeah.
But there's a line that really resonates with me. Night after night, my heartbeat shows the fear. Ghosts appear and fade away. And it gets you thinking, like, is that his mind playing tricks on him because he can't get rest, he can't get peace of mind, or are they really ghosts? Like me personally, man, I believe in ghosts. Never seen one. I just believe they exist. I'm not talking about Casper either. You know, I believe ghosts exist. I've never asked you that before. I'm gonna put you on the spot again. Do you believe in ghosts?
So here's the thing, brother.
Uh-oh.
I would say I didn't, but I actually met one at a gig.
Oh, you got to tell this story, man. This is too good. Come on.
Yeah, so we played it 20 plus years ago. And earlier this year, went back. So let me rephrase. Did a gig, used to play at this haunted bed and breakfast here. And so they're playing. There were maybe about a handful of people there that night. This guy comes up and he's talking to me. I said, oh, play guitar. Yeah. And he's just talking to me, chatting me up. Oh, and he's complimentary. Really like what you're doing. Hey, thanks. So we finish our set. And I go over to the owner of the bed and breakfast. I'm like, hey, where'd that guy go? Yeah, he's over talking to me. And I described him. And let's just make up a name. She goes, oh, Curtis? Yeah. Oh, baby, Curtis is a ghost. Because the place was haunted. Like, they had a room full of dolls. And
so you met a ghost, quote unquote, Curtis.
And that.
And how long had he been dead?
Don't know. I didn't stick around to ask because when that gig was over, packed up my gear.
Got paid?
And I did not go back to that place till 23 years later this year.
That's awesome, man. Okay, so Ken, you believe in ghosts. And I do too, man. So when I hear that ghosts appear and fade away, because I've been there, man, where you're like, I suffer from insomnia a lot, man. It's affected my work. It's affected relationships. It's affected my time that I interact with people, where you cannot get peace of mind in the middle of the night.
Yeah. You know, and I think that's what the appeal of this song, what makes this universal, because and I'm going to say it, as men with families, you know, responsibilities, that weight catches up to us. You know what I'm saying? Because we can all relate to that, insomnia and these ghosts.
And I'm going to chop these words up a little bit, but look, I can't get to sleep. I think about the implications. He's worried if he goes to sleep, he's going to get those nightmares, right?
Yeah.
Whatever's haunting him, it's happening. Second verse, alone between the sheets. So there's that feeling of isolation already, even before you get to the dreams and the nightmares and the ghosts. Only brings exasperation. It's time to walk the streets, smell the desperation. Desperate to find peace of mind. Dude, you can't relate to these lyrics when we're 10, 12 years old, Ken.
Nope.
But when I'm 20 years old, 25 years old, 30 years old, 45 years old, I live these lyrics, man. Yeah. And that's why this song resonates with me. This is why we are talking about this song and not Down Under or Who Can It Be Now.
This resurrection. Because like I said, at 8, 10 years old, it was a feeling.
Right.
Not understanding. But
didn't even want to, because we were too busy knee deep in Van Halen, Twisted Sister, New Edition, right? Yeah. We were rolling, man. We Prince, MJ, Bruce Springsteen, Madonna, MTV, overload.
Yeah. And so this song, again, it just
funny
gave
looking
that
Colin Hayes singing a serious song. Get out of here.
But it worked, because now that we're grown, not only does it still evoke that feeling, but now that feeling's driven home even harder because we understand what he's saying.
Right. Oh, no, absolutely. And the way he sings that last verse when he's shouting, still to this day brings chills to me, man. Just hearing it. When he says, I can't get to sleep, and he's just shouting, but he's still in tune. He's still singing it with heart, still projecting. I can't get enough of it, man. To me, and I say this lightly, but I also say it seriously, I think this might be the best song of the 80s for me, because it's the one I connect to the most. Despite all of the songs from the 80s that I love and adore, this is the one I connect to the most.
Wow. Now I can see that connecting to it. And they do have a good formula going here.
Yeah.
You know, you have this melody that's introduced, the saxophone with the guitar. When he does his solo, he touches on the melody. Saxophone reinstates the melody throughout the song. So you have that. Is a verse, chorus. Yeah. It's a great formula.
There's a good formula, man. But to me, if it has lasting power, staying power, I'm all in. I'm there. And on that note, we're going to tell the people, if they enjoyed today's show, hit the like button. If they want to hear more shows, please subscribe.
Yeah, and if you have a men at work story that you'd like to share, or even if you don't like to share, share it with us anyway.
Or even if you just have an opinion on this song or any other songs, please let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, bye-bye.
Peace.